Hi, my name is Devin. Welcome to another video. Today in this video, I'm actually going to show you not how to draw, but more or less a way to come up with a crazy, unique, a crazy but unique sort of way to draw this crazy, like these somewhat 3D images. And I'll be doing technique videos in the future, but today I'm going to show you what you're going to need. I'm not going to show you the whole process because I don't have the equipment to do that. I wish I could, but oh well. Anyways, you're going to need one eraser, or at least something of this shape that can get rid of pencil. Now, and you're going to need at least one pencil. I don't have a drawing pencil, but this will do just as well. I have two though, just in case. And then this is also optional, but you can also choose to use a pen. I would suggest a blue ink pen or a black ink pen, no other colors. But it's up to you. Anyways, let's get started. Also, something else I forgot to mention, I don't have one, but, I don't know why I don't have one, but something you should use is a ruler if you're going to do this. If you want, you could always just do it freehand or use a straight edge, sort of like something like this, like another piece of paper that's thicker. Like you can see how much thicker that is. Yeah, but I'm just gonna do it freehand today. So I'll see you guys in a minute. And alrighty, guys, I'm back. What I did, and you probably can't tell, and you're like, Devin, what did you do? We can't tell. What I did, actually, let me 1 second. What I did, you probably, again, can't see it, but you might be able to see some of it if I bring it closer. Yeah, you can see one of the dots. I basically put, with my pencil, 40 dots, at least a minimum of 40, just by going like this. Now, of course, I'm holding the paper up. You normally would do this like that. But what I did was that, and now what you want to do is this is why I said you want a straight edge or a ruler. You want to connect those lines, and I'll show you in a minute what it looks like when I connected them. Now this is just the beginning, but you want to connect them in straight lines just like so. And I started from this point, nope, that corner right there. And I just drew a line just before I resumed the recording. I just drew a line to connect it to the end of the page. And here's what it should look like when you are drawing your line. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. You should be able to see it. You should, sorry for the shaking of the hand, be able to connect one dot to the other, just like though. And I know I'm left-handed. You probably can't really see the dots. And doesn't matter if you connect it with the dot or not. I'm actually going to erase that one dot. There, it's gone. And over here, right there, I basically just had a couple extra dots that I accidentally went over. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just put one there, put one there. These two were the original two dots. I put a dot there, drew lines, and then drew a line through them, and connected it at the end of the page. That's all I did. So, once again, I'll be back once I finish. Alrighty, I'm back, and this is what it looks like. It looks like a crazy jumbled up mess. You could turn it this way for a different effect, or this way, or even this way. It's up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing some techniques that I know. And like I said before, I will show you these techniques in the future. But for right now, I'm just going to show you this picture that I'm drawing. I'm thinking I'm going to start with this area right here. This bottom left-hand corner on the page. So once I'm done with that, I will be back. Alrighty, I'm back for another minute. So instead of just doing the bottom left corner, I moved up to the top left corner. And this is what I came up with. I did do this little part here. I mean, it's okay. But then it comes to this. I'm thinking I might add, like, it looks kind of like a lizard's face or a dragon's face. So I might add a couple scales, maybe around the mouth, a couple around the eye, maybe some on the front of the nose, on the bridge of the nose right there, and I might just, I might add a chain to make it seem like it was tortured, like right, might add a chain to make it seem like it was tortured. This is like the neck of the dragon. I'm actually going to make that more into a gentle slope. Or not a slope, a curve. So give me 1 minute. Alright, I'm back. So I added the gentle curve there. I don't really like altering it too much, but when it comes to something like this, I like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a hole in the neck, basically, and give it a chain through that hole. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back, and I will admit, I'm not the best at drawing chains. But this is what I have. I have a hole in the neck that it looks 3D. It has depth to it. And then I have a chain just wrapped around it and then like made it look like the chain broke off, like the dragon or lizard escaped. And now what I'm thinking, I'm gonna add some scales. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this is what I have. Now, from this distance, from there, it just looks like it's a bunch of scratches. But when you look at it up close, you can see how those lines can, if I pull it back, make up those scales. Like there's some on the bridge of the nose, and I'm also looking at the camera because this is facing away from me, so it's harder to point. But then there's some right beside the nose, like right there, and then some on the bridge of the nose right there. So I'm thinking I might add some more scales like up in this corner. And then I'm going to move down here and see what I can do. I might just make it so it looks like he's relaxing or even just flying backwards and have his tail come out. No, never mind. I might just make that 3D and just leave it how it is and just put some shading on it. We'll see what I come up with. Alrighty, I'm back and I just thought of drawing another dragon. As you can see right here, there's a wing that I've already started. There's his head, and this time I went from, instead of doing a cat sort of eye, I went to doing like a lizard eye sort of. And I forgot to mention something else earlier when I did the eye. You probably already noticed this, but I put like a little bump right above my finger there. Put a little bump. I did the same thing on this guy here too. But it's noticeable, but once I start shading everything in, it shouldn't be as noticeable. And then I also added his teeth right there. I'm thinking of just like making them breathe fire and attacking each other sort of thing. Yeah, I mean like they're at the perfect angle. Like the guy on the right side is down here on the page. The guy on the left side is like up here on the page. I think maybe I could make it look like they're both being forced to fight. Like if I put another chain, like maybe on this part right here, just above his head and on his wing. And make it look like it's being pulled this way off the page, and extend this chain and like make it look like it's loose, but it's still being pulled over to this side of the page. I'm thinking that could look good. Actually, what I'm going to do is for this guy, I'm going to put the hole near the back, like maybe around here. One second. I'm actually going to draw that way. Looks more like an actual wing because it looks like it's not the head anymore. And then I'm going to do there. Now, let's do this. And yes, I know I haven't paused it. Doing that for a reason. I'm just trying something out here. Now, of course, I'm not the best at making dragons, but this is what I've got. I mean, like, it's okay. So maybe I'll just draw those together, and then I'll just shade those in. Now, this is what I have. Now I'm just really gonna shade in the bones, and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I'm back, and this is what I have. See that? I give it a little ripple effect to make it look like he's actually moving his wing. Now as for that chain, one second. Alrighty, I'm back, and this is what I came up with. I didn't take this chain and pull it over. I just thought that would be too much. Instead, I colored the chain in so you could see it more discreetly. And over here, I just made a small chain, a small hole in the neck. Actually, one second, I didn't do one thing. Sorry, not the neck, like the chin, the part under your chin. And you're looking at it from this direction, so there's that. Now it looks more like he actually has a chain through him. And I'm going to decide what to do next, and I'll be right back. I think really all there is to do now, except for adding the fire, I'm going to do that after, is to just add all the shading in. As you can see, I've already started up here with that. I'm not going to do his whole thing, but I will definitely make him darker in certain areas and like the necks. Anyways, I'll be back when I am done. Alrighty guys, ready for the reveal? Here is what I had. Now you remember before what it looked like before I started shading everything. Well, these are my fingers afterwards. Not that different, but they are darker because of the pencil shading, because I go like this instead of just like this with the pencil. I use my fingers. This is what I have now. And that looks a whole crap ton better than what it did before. And the only thing I've really left is the fire that I want to add. And I'll tell you this, I have drawn many fires before. In fact, on my old phone, I had a picture that I took at a campground of a campfire, and I took a silver ring, and put it on the camera lens and snapped the photo through that, and it made a really darker background, and you couldn't see anything. It had flash, but you could not see anything. Anyways, that's now my background from my old phone. It's at my father's. No, sorry. Why did I say my father's? I am at my father's. Weird. Anyways, it's in my room, and I'm not gonna go get it because I don't want to move. Anyways, now I just have the fire to add, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I have one of the dragons breathing fire, and when you're adding fire, you don't want to connect. Like if you're adding fire to something that's like coming out of it, you don't want to connect it. Because if you connect it, then what's going to happen is it's going to make it look like it's coming from behind. And you don't want that. So, I'll give you an up close if it will focus. It will. So, you see, the fire is not connected. It doesn't even have a rounded bottom, which it shouldn't. And really, it's just simple. Now I'm just going to add the fire for this dragon on this side. And really, I guess I'm just going to shade in the background. I'm probably going to put... No, I was thinking of putting a dead tree or two in the background to give it more feel, but no. You wouldn't really be able to see. Yeah. Now look at that. One second, guys. I will show you this dead tree in just 1 second. But the reason why I'm adding a dead tree is to give it more feel to the landscape. Because when you just see a regular, everyday, sort of two dragons going against each other, which you don't, it just makes it look bland. I don't want that. And like I made it sort of like a fog sort of situation. So you can see it right there. I'm actually going to make that look like bark. Shade that. There. And there we go. We have our dead tree. Now I'm going to add the fire for the other dragon, and should be complete. I'll be right back. If it will pause. Alrighty. Adding the fire actually wasn't too difficult. But like I said, I've drawn it before. I've drawn a baseball on fire. I've drawn a regular fire pit. I've drawn vegetables on fire. I've drawn chairs on fire. I've drawn bats on fire. I've drawn other animals on fire. I've drawn ceilings on fire. Or no, not ceilings. A house on fire. Like, fire is actually a really interesting thing to draw because you can make it go so many ways. Water, on the other hand, unless you're making like a tsunami or a wave, it's harder to make it go different ways. Air is really just invisible unless you do like the little swoops, like I'll show you right now. Unless you do like the little swoops like that, you can't even really see that. I'll make more. Like that, which I don't know how to do properly. You can't really see. And like the earth, the fourth element, is always incorporated into almost anything. It's incorporated into trees. It's incorporated into water, fire, air. Because the earth is made up of those four elements, or at least those three elements. Sorry, those three elements help to make the earth. It's not made up of all of them. Like stone I forget how stone is made, but stone is made up of, actually it's made from magma, or lava. And when that magma or lava cools, which is also fire, because it produces heat, and it can literally catch anything, almost anything, on fire. It cools, and once it's cooled down all the way to the core, it creates stone, or Aa, which is a type of rock. AA. Type that in your search bar and you will find out that is actually a type of rock. I forget where it forms. Anyways, all we need to do now is just add the rest of it. I'm not gonna pause the video. Like, why do I need to? Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. But please, before you go, do leave a like and hit that subscribe button, or one or the other. I don't care if you subscribe, as long as you either hit the like button or leave a comment down below too, asking me what I should do next, whether I should draw, should put out another Tap Titans video. But today I'm just putting out a ton of random videos. Actually, no, maybe this is my only other video I'm gonna do. That's really it. So there we go, guys. There it is. There is my two dragons fighting. Actually, I am going to come out with a step-by-step tutorial on how to not get this exact picture, but basically how to draw something this crazy but unique, just like I did in this video. So I'm going to use the same technique, the ... features, like the 40 dots at the start of this video, if you remember, and the straight lines and all that. And anyways, thank you for watching. My name's been Devin, and see you all later.